What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Tony's Picks Look Ahead show here with yours truly, Vegas Al. We're going to break down Monday, February 9th action or Super Bowl hangover day, as I like to call it. Should be a national holiday. I believe everybody should have the day after the Super Bowl off from work. But if you don't worry. I got you covered. I'm going to get you guys some picks here for you to just come back, check out, and you'll be ready to put them in there tomorrow here. The Look Ahead show. We're going to get ahead of these lines, some of the roster manipulation that we may see here, especially in the NBA with injuries and whatnot. A couple games away from this All-Star break, so that's a little tricky. We got some college basketball to get into. And I'm going to start off the show, actually, though, with some quick soccer matches we have tomorrow and some tennis real quick. Bang those quick out for you guys. I know not a lot of you guys want to check that out too much, but there are some people out there, and I do have something for you guys tomorrow. And, the Super Bowl, just giving you guys a quick reaction. I was on the Patriots plus the 5. I thought it was ironic the game gets 12-0 to start out. I was like, there you go. Patriots are going to make it 12-7, and then we'll be in a 5-point margin the rest of the game. Of course, it just got away from the Patriots, and offensive line did not show up. We were expecting this to be a low-scoring game. The under was money. I did bet that personally, and I did touch a Mac Hollins plus 4-1 or a 4-1 touchdown. Not mad at that. Rashid Shaheed didn't get in the end zone for me. No big deal. But yeah, I'm not too upset about the loss. Not a big Patriot lover anyway. So anytime I see the Patriots lose, I'm not upset, even if I had money on them. So it's the way I look at it. Kept it light today. Super Bowl. I wanted to enjoy the game, man. It's the final football game of the year. Tough. I thought the Patriots could have won that game, even getting down early like that. Just offense could never get going. Hats off to what Seattle did. Great defense and well-deserved Super Bowl champs this year. Sam Darnold gets himself a Super Bowl ring. You got to give him some love, man. Underdog story, it really was. We'll see how next year's season breaks down, and that should be very interesting. I don't know if the Seahawks have what it takes to repeat. It's the quarterback position. I'm still not sold. He won a Super Bowl and I'm not sold, but I can go on a rant for days about it. Let's get into tomorrow's action here. Like I said, I'm going to start off in soccer. We got Villarreal and Espanyol. Do not want to back Espanyol. I've backed them a couple times this year. They've burned me. When you look here at this Spanish Liga matchup here, Villarreal has won, or at least not lost, in 5 straight matchups here versus Villarreal. They actually, have won all 5 of the last meetings here, 1-0, 4-2, 2-1, 1-0, 2-0. This is since 2022. They last played there November 9th of 2025, earlier this La Liga season, and it was a 2-0 Villarreal victory. Again, 13-3-5 on the year compared to a 10-4-8 Espanyol. This guy, Alberto Moliero here, 8 goals in 21 matches. And then the midfielder here, Gerard Moreno, 7 goals here in only 12 matches. Is he playing? That's the thing. He last played in the January 31st game. You look, Villarreal, this is their first game of February. They haven't played since January 31st. Same thing here with Espanyol. They last played as well, but on January 30th. Both teams well rested, but again, I'm just picking simply the better squad here. Pick is Villarreal in this one. All right, we got Atalanta and Cremonese. When you look at this one here in the Italian series, let me check this one out here for you guys. First off, Atalanta on paper, you would say, is the better team. I just think they're fraudulent, and I don't like backing them. There's another couple other cappers here that think the same way. 1-1 there. It was a draw last time these two teams played, October 25th of 2025. Quite some time. But then Atalanta has gotten the better of this series, but, I mean, these two teams haven't met much. Again, Cremonese really stepping up here into the Series A. I don't know. I want to get on Cremonier, believe it or not. I just don't want to get on this ridiculous price here with that Atlanta. Always favored in these spots. I kind of lean dog here. Not in love with that Atlanta. I think Cremonier can pull it off, at least double chance. That'd probably be where I'm looking at. Cremonier double chance. You're having to root on the dog essentially, or a draw. That's what I'm trying to do there. All right, next Italian Series A matchup here. We got Roma taking on Cagliari. When I look here at this one, I believe Roma just played on Monday while, this is the first game of the month here for Cagliari. So Cagliari, the well-rested squad. I could argue Roma too, maybe a little bit more focused on the game they have up next here versus Napoli. That one, tons of standing implication there. Yeah, I can get on another dog here in Cagliari. Would it probably be a double chance? Maybe a little juiced probably, but I still like Cagliari either to win this or draw here. So I'm looking at Cagliari in that one. And then the last little sport I'll talk about before we get into the cream of the crop here in basketball is some tennis. I know you guys, some people back the tennis as well or bet the tennis. We got Emma Raducanu here versus Maria Camila Osorio Serrano. I hope I got that correct. I'm trying my best here. You guys know I got that Latin in me, so I should be able to get these names right. Give me a second here, trying to pull up some of these head-to-head stats. Raducanu's 2-0 head-to-head lifetime versus Osorio Serrano. I'll just call her Serrano. Clearly the better player. You look at the ranking, 23 years old Raducanu is, 30th in the country, 30th in the world. Here, I'm so used to college basketball. Emma Raducanu, again, 30th in the world. Right now, Serrano's ranked 80th. Slightly older, the 24-year-old as well. The highest Raducanu has ever been ranked is 8th in the world. Meanwhile, Serrano has been ranked 35th in the world at her absolute highest. And again, the head-to-head matchup all points to Raducanu. She is coming off of a loss while Osorio is coming off of 7 straight wins. Something tells me Serrano steps up here and finally gets herself a win. Again, Raducanu, when it's all said and done, history books-wise, will probably go down as the better tennis player. But this one may be a budding rivalry here in the future. And Serrano may make a name off herself here and finally get her first win head-to-head versus Raducanu. And you're going to get some plus money. So that's where I'm looking in that one. Let me double-check these lines as well on all of those. Serrano is actually the slight favorite. That's why I was like, wait a second. So line's telling you I need to know. Sorry for the long pause. I was looking for the line. I had a feeling because when I first saw this, it was minus 115, minus 105 for Raducanu, but now it's flipped the other way. That's a telltale sign. I'm even seeing up to minus 125 for Serrano here. So again, what I'm saying about, Raducanu might be the better overall tennis player. Let me get off of this before you guys get pissed. I'll get into these hoops. But again, line movement like that is really telling. And then those soccer matches, let me just tell you the line. Screw it. You guys know what I was picking. I was picking Villarreal. I was picking Cremonier and Cagliari in the soccer matches. All right, enough of that. Let me check the chat out, and then I'll get started with this basketball. Did I like Woke Bunny's halftime performance? That's Southpaw for you. I'm Puerto Rican, but I'll keep my thoughts to myself. I'll put it that way. All right. I was thinking both teams score. That's for which one? 2 picks. 2 picks, Trav, here in the chat. I think he's talking some soccer. I like it. What do we got here with Sonny, bro? I was stressing. They tried to backdoor cover that game. Had Seahawks game and under. I had under. Should have put it on the side. I didn't, but I also had Patriots. It is what it is. He said first half under, second half over both teams, but 1-6 on props. Yeah, it's all good as long as you kind of kept it light. Some people like to bet the same amount of money they do on sides and totals on props. I mean, the limits are obviously, it depends how much you're betting, but limit-wise, you can bet a lot more on a total or a side, but I still like to try to keep it kind of light on my props, regardless of the fact that even the limits are smaller. What do you call it? Like if you're betting $1,000 a game, I may only get $250 off on a prop, $200 off on a prop. Keep it light. I'm trying to get back to these banners. 1 second. There we go. We got Pistons and Hornets here. Let's talk some NBA hoops. What do we got here? First game, Pistons, Hornets. I'm seeing Pistons the -2.5 favorites. Total here, 222.5. When I look here, injury report, Ron Holland and Jalen Duran, both game time decisions. And then still just Kobe White, Malachi Branham here for the Hornets, both outs. Not expecting them to play. We all know this. Hornets have been on this hot streak, 9 games in a row. No more. I'll take the Pistons, and I hate the Pistons. They've been killing me all year long. Yeah, I'll take the Pistons to finally put an end to this. Yes, I would like Durant and Holland in. This team's plenty deep enough to hang. The shooting discrepancy in the 3-point is a little worrisome, and the free throws is a little worrisome when it comes to Detroit. They better make some shots tomorrow, or Charlotte could, run them out the gym. This is a big game on their home floor. Different vibes going on right now in Charlotte right now, winning 9 games in a row. This fan base is not used to this. Sitting at the 10 seed right now, if the playoffs started tomorrow, technically a play-in team. Everything you would think to just keep rolling it over with the Hornets. I think the Pistons come in here pissed off. Again, pissed off, but still whooped up on the Knicks the other night. They're doing everything they're supposed to. I know they lost to the Wizards like that. That was a look ahead to the Knicks. I don't think they overlooked the Hornets here, especially looking at what they've done. That's just the way I look at it. I mean, too much hype around the Hornets right now. I think the Pistons have been in some freaking very good spots all year long. I don't know how they've been this fortunate with – they came out under the radar to start the year. Then they kind of came out. Everybody knows who they are, but they were in some rest advantage spots. This team's out with 3 players, and getting just the craziest of luck. And I think they got another spot here where I'm just gonna roll with the Pistons, who have been burying me all year. ATS numbers are both teams are very good. I'm just laying the affordable number. I'm seeing -2.5 here with the Pistons. I'm going there. We got Bucks and Magic. Let me get into this one, and then I'll get to the chats. Right, injury report-wise, I'm seeing Giannis, of course, and Taurean Prince for the Bucks, and then just Castleton and Franz Wagner as of right now in this game. Magic 9.5 total, 218.5. Love the acquisition of Cam Thomas the Bucks picked up. Obviously, probably is not going to play here in this first game versus the Magic. It just happened, 24 hours ago. But I do like Kevin Porter. I do like how Ryan Rollins has emerged. I might roast AJ Green, but as long as he has 2 guards to work off of and can spot up, yes, he can hit 2 or 3 threes in a night here. The bigs are still like Bobby Portis, etc. All these guys, Miles Turner. Give me the Bucks here. I think it's way too many points. No way am I laying this with the Magic, who couldn't even cover the other night versus the Jazz, a spot that I thought they would handle business. I don't know. Give me the Bucks here in this one. What is it? Plus, I'm seeing 9.5. Yeah, plus the 9.5 with Milwaukee in that one. All right, let me get on to this next game. But before I do, I'll get back to the chat. Hammer that -2.5. Absolutely. I know what he's talking about with that Pistons. Good to see Southpaw in here. Public bandwagon will be on. Oh, I'm right. Come on. They're so due. I hate to say it, but that's just how I feel on that one. Jazz Heat. We got Heat -8.5. Jazz 244.5. I gotta keep talking about that Hornets Pistons because it's on my mind. This is a Pistons spot. I'm sorry. People are gonna roll over and tell me it's Hornets. And if Hornets go out and win tomorrow, fine, I'll laugh about it. But I just no way. I'm sorry. That's just how I feel about it. Let's get back to Jazz Heat. I had to just touch that little comment in there because it's like enough's enough. Enough's enough of this Hornets squad. Anyways, Jazz Heat. We got Heat minus 8.5. Again, a high total here, 244.5 in this one. When you look, Keontae George is out. Red flag immediately for the Jazz. I get it. Collier's come in, done some nice things. He's still a little midget, and I can't respect him. Sorry. What do you got? Norman Powell, Pele Larson, Tyler Hero here for the Heat. Powell is game time at least. Hero hasn't been playing as much. God, I don't want to touch this game. Even though total being high with some guys that are out, just you look, it was probably 2 weeks ago here, 147-116. The Heat dominated the Jazz there. Yeah, I don't know. To me, I'm going over. And I'm leaning Heat just like the last game between these two teams. I think Norman Powell may tough it out and play this one. I don't want to sit here and overthink it. I know they got the new acquisition here with Jaren Jackson. Ooh, big deal. The guy gets 2 rebounds a game. So we'll see if that changes here in the future if Jaren Jackson steps up here in Utah. I don't think it moves the needle enough for me. Give me the Heat here, minus the 8.5. And I don't like the Jazz also. Far away from home. They just played the Magic in a game in which they covered. And then they got to go all the way back home. They're final game of this little 6-game road trip this was? 5-game road trip? Final game of the road trip. Come on. Burnt out. George not in. I'll take Heat. Let me get back to the chat here. Public bandwagon. Yep, with Southpaw. Miami, fading it. Too risky. I think he's talking about Miami versus Jazz. Yeah, I'm not fading Miami, if that's what you're saying. I agree here. Sonori. I don't want to mess that name up, but I agree here. Absolutely. All right, we got Bulls and Nets. Bulls here minus the 3.5. Nets, Bulls minus 3.5 on the road. Total 223.5 here versus the Nets. Injury report here in this one. Nets without Michael Porter. And then Igor Denman, who's done some nice things as the young cat. But he'll be out tomorrow as well. Jalen Smith, Trey Jones, Josh Giddey, all on game time. And then, of course, Zach Collins has been out for a while. F around and find out Giddey's on this. He's playing all over the Bulls. And I'm still kind of all over the Bulls even without him, if I'm being honest. No Michael Porter's huge. They just lost Cam Thomas. Now Igor Denman's not going to play. Is Tyrese Martin finally going to step up? Probably not, because the guy's buried down all the way on the bench after I was taking some of his props early on. I don't know, man. Who's going to kill us scoring-wise for the Nets? I mean, Danny Wolf, is that who it's going to be? Who's going to kill us? Trey Mann? Is Trey Mann going to go out and have 45 points? No. I got to go Bulls here. I think, they have other pieces other than Josh Giddey here that could get us some points. Don't get me wrong. Let me obviously Buzelis, the big, but I'm looking guard-wise here. How's Simon's going to do? Is he ready to do his thing? I'm trying to see his game log here. 1 second. 15 points, 22 points. 27 points his last 3 games. So he's not looking too bad. There's some guard pieces on the Bulls as well here that are just better than the Nets. And then I like Buzelis. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find some other players. This roster's hard to read right now because all these players are been traded. Jaden Ivey's a nice piece on the Bulls. This is dumpster fire game. I'm really having a look at these type of rosters. So giddy up Cowboy is all I got to say, right? If he's playing, it's an auto bet. But even without, we got to go. Big red flag without Porter. Got you, 100%. We're on the same page. Not a bad thing. People don't like sometimes when, they feel like it's public play. No, we're just seeing the same thing. Let these other bozo clowns think, oh, let's take 4 points here. Or with the Jazz, oh, that's too many points with the Jazz. And let's let these bozos think Hornets are hot right now. They're going to make it 11 straight, 10, 12 straight, 13 straight. No, sorry. So that's we're seeing the same thing here with the chat tonight. That's good. Kings and Pelicans. We got Pelicans minus the 6.5. What do you call it? Total here is 232.5. Injury report wise, it's a host of names for the Kings: McDermott, Malik Monk, Zach LaVine, DeAndre Hunter, Domantas Sabonis, and Keegan Murray. That is 6 names on the injury report, and all of them are out. Sabonis is game time. We'll see if he plays. McDermott, same thing. And really nobody on the Pelicans. And whoever wants to lay points with the Pelicans, I'll lay them. In this spot versus the Kings with this what seems to be a injury advantage here. I'll let this young team run up and down and try to get us a win. Fresh off of a win here, trying to get a streak going, perhaps going up against a team that's lost 12 in a row. Look at this Kings here, straight up 3-23 on the road are this Sacramento Kings squad. Last time these two teams played was last year. It was a 140-133 shootout of a game here. So expect plenty of offense in this one. We got a total of 232.5. I think this one goes over, despite Pelicans at times being an under-type team. Kings as well. Give me the over in this one. And yes, I'll lay it with the Pelicans, which seems scary, but you're talking LaVine, DeRozan, all these guys out. It's hard to get on them. It's really hard to get on the Kings here. Pelicans, yes, I'll lay it like a sucker. We got Hawks, Timberwolves in this one. Am I going to lay it with the T-Wolves here? Probably not. It's house of disappointment. You guys know this. That's a saying everybody knows now at this point. But Ant's performance-wise, I could see a good night out of Ant. And then, Onyeka Okongwu, he's back in the lineup for the Hawks. Yeah, give me a double-double out of him. He's been a cash cow for me. I like the matchup here with the front court. It should be interesting. Okongwu's going to have to step his game up. They're going to have to play him a lot in this one because Timberwolves front court's one of the best in the league. Obviously, Ant now with a little bit more help perimeter-wise. Let me see here 1 second. This cat is not even playing yet, huh? Never mind on that. But I'm just looking if Julius Randle is expected to play because, yeah, he should be good. I thought I saw something earlier with him. All right, so, this one, though, I'm still leaning Hawks. Just ugly way to go about it, but I just think it's simply I don't want to lay anything with the T-Wolves. Hawks are number 1 in the NBA in assist ratio, turnover ratio. They're top 5. They're also stealing the ball at a better rate than the T-Wolves. The little things here that matter, the free throws have been atrocious for the Timberwolves. They're 28th in the NBA in knocking down their free throws. A top 5 3-point shooting team, don't get me wrong, but so is the Atlanta Hawks, even with Dyson Daniels on the roster, who, again, is not expected to play tomorrow with an ankle injury. So that's one less crappy shooter here for the Hawks to have to disobey giving the ball to. Like the Hawks, not going to go on a rant too much longer here in that one. Let's see what the chat thinks. Big plays are Lakers and 76ers. Hopefully, we'll get to that Laker game. OKC has a lot of injured starters. Oh, yeah, they do. Lakers don't have Luka, but they we'll talk about that one. Hawks better stats overall. They do actually, right? It's kind of crazy. I mean, if these two teams played in a freaking playoff series, you would probably take the T-Wolves, right, to win the series. But I think this is, again, a little case of maybe a little too many points, and the Hawks just can fight a little bit on the road for us here. Plus a 6.5 with the Hawks. All right, we got Cavs, Nuggets. Great game. This is going to be a long episode, guys. We're 25 minutes in and not even halfway through basketball because we still got to talk about some college hoops. We got Cavs, Nuggets. Injury report-wise in this one, Mobley out, Max Strus out, and then Jalen Tyson, who's been huge for them so far, and Dean Wade are game time decisions for the Cavs. Nuggets, it's just I don't even care about looking at the injury report at this point with the Nuggets. We know what's up. We know everybody's on the injury report. Murray, Watson, Aaron Gordon, Jokic, Braun, Spencer Jones, all these guys on the injury report. They'll find a way to makeshift a roster. We'll see how James Harden looks here. This is such a tricky game. You wanna find out if Nuggets have a look ahead for a reason, because I could argue they don't care to prove themselves against an Eastern Conference team here. They got the Grizzlies up next. They don't care about that either, even though it's a Western Conference team. This is a best versus best matchup. They'll show up, especially at home. I'm just rambling, trying to find a way I could get on the Cavs. I can't. I wanted to try to even get on the Cavs with their 3-game win streak. I think James Harden's eventually going to blow this thing up. They couldn't cover against the Kings the other night. I get it was a huge number, but I was expecting a big old kumbaya, 40 points from both of these cats, Donovan Mitchell and James Harden. They're frauds. How about you guys both score 40 in the same night? I've seen it done before with 2 elite guards or ball-dominant perimeter-type scorers. LeBron and Kyrie, to compare those two versus these two is a joke at this point. But that was a great 1-2 punch. I can go on and on. We've seen some great 1-2 punches there from the perimeter. Cavs are trying to do it. I don't think they do. I think the Nuggets, especially if Murray and Jokic are going, I got to go Nuggets here at the +1 in that one. The elevation gets Mr. Harden too. We know he's had a few too many to eat. I don't know how else. I'm trying to call him fat. I'm trying to find a way to call James Harden fat. He's in better shape than years past, and he has had something to prove a little bit this year, and he's played well. But again, it's time to start roasting and fading James Harden. We got Thunder and Lakers in this one. Lakers here, the 5.5-point dog, total 218.5, running to the window with the Lakers. We already talked about it a little bit. What's his face couldn't even let me get it off, really. But yeah, I agree, man. Look, Alexander's out. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. AJ Mitchell, who's been huge off the bench, is out. And then for the Lakers, like you said, it's just Luka. DeAndre Ayton I'm seeing as well at the game time. Reeves will step up. Braun will step up. Hachimura will step up. I mean, come on. There's some pieces here that can compete with the Thunder. They're at home. Thunder gets everybody's best shot. What do you call it? This is also revenge. Lakers lost by like 30 points first time these two teams met this year. I think the Lakers get up big for this one. Expect a huge night out of LeBron. Come on, I better see 20-plus points out of him. He's averaging, 22.5 a game? Give me 20-plus here, Bron. Let's see if he can get that for us. And, of course, I think he kind of gets his 20. All he's got to do is 5 points a quarter. He can manage that. He'll be efficient in his way of doing it, too. And that's the one thing I'll give LeBron is he'll be efficient in getting his 20 points here. And he's always been an efficient type guy. He's never had to jack tons of shots up. I'll give him that. Thunder and Austin Reeves. I don't know why I said it like that. Austin Reeves dominates the Thunder here. First option for the Lakers. LeBron has no problem taking the backseat a little bit. Go do your thing, young boy. ISOs. Austin Reeves, ISOs. He may jack up 15 threes tomorrow versus the Thunder. He may go off for a close to 50 burger. Austin Reeves. So that's how I feel about that one. Let me go to the chat because I said some stuff there. Let me go to the chat on that one. Nuggets, hopefully James Harden steps up. Hold up. I got to backtrack. He says Nuggets, hopefully James Harden steps up. It really all depends on James. Exactly. That's why I'm trying to fade him. Just fade him. If it's all going to depend on him and you're like, oh, man, I got to bet my life out. I got to bet my life on this game. I'm going to make sure I look at James Harden to do it. No way I'm doing that. Sorry. Dropped an F-bomb in there, but yes. Lakers all the way. Yep, Lakers all the way and running to the window. It's going to be a freemium. No way they sell. Yeah, I feel the same way. So let's go out together. And they're at home. Revenge, big, exactly everything I've already said. Yeah, so exactly. Let's get this. All right, last game I'll talk about. Actually, two more. I got Grizzlies and Warriors. We're discussing a lot here in the chat tonight. Warriors here minus 7.5, total 225.5. Injury report, of course, is atrocious as well. Walter Clayton's on this thing now. I'm starting to think he's a bust. Jazz got rid of him like it's 5 months. They saw the cap for 5 months and said it's time to get rid of you. Not a good sign. I'm a Gator fan. Loved Walter Clayton. Was trying to say he's the guy. He's not doing his thing. But anyways, Santi Aldama, John Moran, Brandon Clark, Zach Edey on the injury report for the Grizzlies. Curry, Porzingis, Curry, and Cryer here for the Warriors. Obviously, you see Curry not playing. Yes, the Grizzlies can mix match a freaking roster here. Is it the Spencer Bros battle here? I got to check. Are these cats even on the roster anymore with this trade deadline shoot? Pazinski is a player here for sure on the Warriors. Not really, but I mean he's a guy that is probably gonna have to step up in the next couple of games prop wise. I'm not laying it with the Warriors. I mean, I was just trying to tell you guys if there's gonna be a guy that kills us, it'll more than likely be like a Miles Moody or a Pozinski here that slits our throat. Let me check somebody else here. If Melton is, DeAnthony Melton should be playing as well. He's another guy. But again, I like this young little mixed match roster that this team, Coward, I already mentioned one of the Spencer Bros, just Jalen Wells. I mean, I can go to the Grizzlies here with a plus 7.5. You look last time these two teams played. It was earlier this season. It was a 131-118 win there for the Golden State Warriors. Yes, that would have covered this number, but I think Grizzlies show up here. Warriors are still a team. It's just Curry's not on the court, but Warriors still get everybody's best shot. They still do. It's better with Curry on the court for them to get everybody's best shot, but I still like Grizzlies here out on the road. Let me finish up the last game action, then I'll get right to the chat, and then we'll talk college hoops. 76ers, Blazers. When I looked at this one here, it was honestly the same sentiment as well. It's probably a two-teamer, 76ers, Lakers, and it's public as all hell. So public. I have a feeling they don't care. They gave the public a bone as well today with the Seahawks. Most tickets, every news article I saw, all the books were saying Seahawks are getting the most money. Alt-line Seahawks are getting the most money. Alt-line this, Seahawks, right? They don't mind giving us some bones here every now and then, guys, because they're gonna get it. They're gonna get us here later on in the week, type shit, 76ers. Let's not overthink it. Let's take our free bones, and then when they're expected to get us later in the weekend, we stay disciplined and we stay sharp. That's how I look at this one. Look at the injury report for the Blazers. I mean, 1, 2, 3. They got 8 guys on the injury report. And it's just looking like a healthy Sixer squad. We don't even need Embiid or George. Those are the two names you see on the injury report. Obviously, George's the suspension. Embiid's going to always be on the injury report. We don't even need them here. We'll take Sixers. And again, the number's not even that bad. That's the only thing. Minus 3.5. They end the road trip with a bang. They let us down. Versus the Lakers. But that just goes back to our Lakers point. They're not playing that bad a ball right now, are those Lakers. To come bounce back, beat the Suns like that, a game in which I gave out Suns, and I was wrong. I think they can win this game here in Toronto. They're playing for a lot, too. I mean, they're, 6th in the East, but they're like a few games back from hurdling some cats. So look out for these Sixers. I'm not sleeping on them just quite yet. Give me the Sixers here in that one. I'll get to the chat here now. OKC won by 29 last meeting. Southpaw clearly doesn't look at injury reports. I'm dead. That's what Soner. Yep, exactly. That's pretty much all I got to say. Uh, obviously, they mess around and switch it up on us and say OKC's going full healthy here. I'll still take the 5.5. I'm sorry, but it's injury report. It's no way. All right, Xavier St. John's. I got to be a lot quicker with these college games. All right. This one, too many points. Love Xavier in this spot. It was 88-83 last time these two teams played. Could be a high-scoring affair as well. St. John's may be a little bit, binged out. A little 5 a.m. curfew and Super Bowl weekend after a huge UConn upset. Feels like they might sleepwalk in this one. They're talented enough to beat Xavier sleepwalking. But again, Xavier might be all over them in the first half, much like the first meeting between these two teams. Xavier jumps on them early, forces St. John's to wake up. They may have to do a little extracurricular there in the locker room at halftime, if you catch my drift. St. John's finds a way to get it done, but Xavier covers the plus 14 here. Love Xavier in that one. We got NC State, Louisville. I'll be honest, another quick case of too many points. Can't stand Louisville. Think they're fraudulent. Pat Kelly's fraudulent. 6 straight wins out of NC State. They've been handling business. I just like this well-rated little roster that he's brought in. I don't know. A lot of depth on NC State. A lot of guard depth as well. NC State plus 6.5. Possible money line play. Louisville, pretty solid at home. But when they play these elite teams, they lose here. So, give me NC State in this one. I do rank NC State as an elite team. 18-6 this year. 8-2 in their last 10. They're 6-1 on the road this year. I do think NC State's a sleeper team still. All right, we got Oregon and Indiana. Shout out to those Ducks. Shout out to those Ducks, baby. Versus Purdue plus 20. Come on. I sprinkled the money line, and I was like on the edge of my seat with that one. Oregon got it done this weekend, and I know they didn't win, but I think because they didn't win, they show up here and they try to win this one. Plus at 11.5 and the money line. Oregon Ducks, don't overthink it. I know Biddle, I know Shellstead is out, but they'll find a way. Kwame Evans going huge right now. He could get a triple-double. He's leading the team in assists, rebounds, and points right now. This cat from China, Lin, is jacking some shots up here. I like what they got. Here a little bit. They're finding they're not going to do crap this year. They're 1-11 in the Big Ten for Pete's sakes, Oregon. But they're starting, we're not going to just go out like chumps this year. I mean, we're going to try to play spoiler a little bit. We're going to try to find something for next year as well and develop some of these guys. Give me Oregon here plus the 11.5. Yes, I'm crazy enough to go money line because they almost got it done against Purdue. Why can't they turn around, use that close game that they played as a little motivational momentum boost here? Love Oregon Ducks plus the 11 money line spot. All right. Next one up, we got Arizona and Kansas, the big-time showdown. Arizona still undefeated, doing their thing. Kansas, the team probably that's good enough to beat them here, especially in Allen Fieldhouse. They don't do it, though. Arizona's average height of that 8-man roster, of that 8-man rotation, 6'7.5". Long, lengthy, able to close out on Darren Peterson, make his night a living hell. Obviously, Koa Pete's going to eat Bryson Tiller's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Badunga, I could argue, is that classic old-school big who's pretty easy to, defend on the low block, if you ask me. Just put both of those hands up. Don't be scared to send them to the line. Use those fouls. We need another big Arizona has the depth here to go alongside Koa Pete and really be the one on Badunga so Pete doesn't get in foul trouble. Love Arizona here in this one. They keep rolling, man. Undefeated. I don't care if that's in Allen Fieldhouse. We're getting Arizona here. Minus 2.5? Yeah, I like that a lot. Total 151. I'm not going to touch it. Just give me those Arizona Wildcats here in that one. All right, we got Belmont, Bradley. When I look here, I got to find this one. It's one of those obscure ones. Belmont's been a little bit of a juggernaut this year, haven't they? Been jacking tons of shots up. They're 22-3. What are they scoring? 84 points a game. That's top 40 in the country. Fifth in the country in field goal percentage. Fifth in the country in three-point field goal percentage. But what's laughable is they're 350th in free throw percentage. They can make some shots, but the second you put them on the line, they actually choke here. That's what Bradley can take advantage of. Bradley is a top 15 team in the country as well in turnover ratio. You look here, Belmont 302nd in turnover ratio. They turn the ball over and they don't make free throws. That tells me that they've just been taking advantage of these crappy little teams in their conference, whooping up on them, especially non-con. They had a pretty solid, easy non-con, did Belmont. Jack their numbers up scoring-wise, but when they play these tough teams that are going to play physical with them, give me Bradley here at home, pulls the upset off. You look as well, last time these two teams played, it was a 10-point win there for Belmont. At home, though, 88-78. That was the January 1st as well. I don't know. I think Bradley checkmarked that game. They remember that. 11-2 at home this year. Again, Belmont on a 9-game winning streak. It's almost starting to get like the Hornets. I get it. They're in a shitty conference, but Bradley steps up here. Bradley's not no joke as well. 16-9 is not a terrible squad. Could argue the non-conference was tougher. Give me Bradley in that one. We got Illinois State, Evansville. Illinois State minus 9.5. What do you call it? Total here is 138.5. Evansville is going to start blowing their wad here. Overtime versus Valparaiso there Friday night. They did lose 70-30. They were 10-point dogs. That line was crazy. That was a late steam type play, Evansville there. I don't know. To me, you're getting another 10 points. It feels like it's too easy to hop on Evansville here. I think, like I said, tired legs. Illinois State's legit here. 16-8, clearly the better team in this conference as well. They're going to have the rebounding advantage. Look, the top 50 rebounding team in the country compared to Evansville, 330th in rebounds. Offensive rating, 350th for Evansville. Look, a defensive rating for Illinois State of 29th in the country. So a top 30 defense is Illinois State. I got to go there, and I got to lay it with them. I just don't want to get on Evansville again. I think they've blown their wad. These two teams played also. These two teams played also on January 1st this year, and it was a 73-47 shellacking Illinois State gave them. I see something similar here in this one, even on the road for Illinois State. Is that all the games? That is all the games, guys. We touched everything. College hoops, tennis, soccer, NBA, of course. Love the action for tomorrow. February 9th slate. Of course, click the link in the description. It'll take you to Tony'sPicks.com where our best bets are. Appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Like and subscribe. And, of course, we'll be on again tomorrow, 9 p.m. on the West Coast, 12 a.m. midnight on the East Coast. Thank you guys very much. Let's make tomorrow a winning day. Peace.